Okay, so I guess we are live now. 1 minute, let me check. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little late, 1 minute late, but yeah, we can start now. But before we begin, can anybody confirm in the chat window? Am I audible properly? And am I visible as well? Yes. Okay. I can see one confirmation from Siddharth. Hi, Siddharth. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay. So we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes, let other people join, and then we'll start. In the meanwhile, you can note down your questions. We'll discuss them one by one. Hello, Praveen. Hello, Nikhil. Hi, Shweta007. Hi, Praveen. Hi, Manisha. Yeah, Manisha, I got your chat regarding the new batch. Uh, see, Matt, still 2 batches are running. That is not yet completed. Once my evening batch will get over, I will announce the REST API batch. So just give me some time. Once this is done, I will definitely start a new batch. Thank you, Yakub. Yakub says, hi, sir, we need a weekend batch for you from you for Selenium. Yakub will start a weekend batch for REST API. Right now, I'm having one batch which is starting from 26th of March, which is on weekdays, Monday to Friday, 1 hour every day, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. IST. Hey, Mukesh, is there any JN AI application or automation which we have to learn? See, Aditya, there are many tools are coming. Okay. So I have one video on test trigger, which have used generative AI to generate the test cases manually, then automate them, and it will even execute. So I have a podcast on test trigger. Please go ahead and watch. That will give you one idea how the new tools will be coming and how existing tools are using generative AI for writing the test to automate the test, even for execution. You just need to write a prompt. Make sure you write the proper prompt, and it can automate the application. Obviously, every Gen AI tool is paid right now, and which makes sense because you are using their infrastructure, you're using their models. But soon many tools will come. As of now, I would recommend explore test trigger. One question from Janani. Will testers be expected to write Selenium automation scripts using Java 8 in near future? No. Last year itself, there is a no support of Java 8. You can still use Java 8 with the older versions, but the minimum Java version which is requested or which is recommended, I would say, is Java 11. Soon we have to migrate to Java 17 as well, because by 30th September 2024, even Jenkins will stop supporting Java 11. So moving ahead, we have to move to Java 11. Sorry, Java 17. But as of now, till 30th September, Java 11 will work, but no Java 8. Okay, Sri Rama says, currently which open source AI or generative AI tool is most recommended for QAs to explore or utilize for testing? What are the top 10 automation tools having more demand? See, that two questions, I guess. Okay, the first question is which open source AI generative AI tools most recommended for QA? See, there's no list that recommended one, but I would highly recommend you to explore multiple AI tools. Okay, right now people are only using ChatGPT, which is good, but it has certain limitation capability, right? I would recommend to expand Gemini, which is by Google. Now I can see in terms of answer, Gemini is giving good answers. So after ChatGPT, you can explore Gemini. Third one I would recommend is Bard by Microsoft. It has Copilot as well. So the moment you go to Bing, you can use Bard directly. Fourth one, I will say Perplexity. A new name is coming. I will give you the link. Wait. It is giving me the sources as well from where the suggestions are coming. So instead of using only one, you can use multiple. Top 10 I cannot recommend because these four are my favorite, which I use for my content preparation and for other activities. You can use these four. Now, talking about the second question, what are the top 10 automation tools having more demand in IT industry? Uh, Again, not top 10, top 3 is more than enough because you have to target one primary, one secondary. So, Selenium and Cypress. Please let us know the date and course content. Thank you, Yukub. Definitely, I will post it soon. So 26th March is already live. If you can post your email address, I will connect with you. My team will connect with you. If you have any further questions, you can give us a call on weekend and we can discuss. Any weekend batch for rest assured API. So that the course will be API testing using rest assured. And as Manisha mentioned, I will be announcing the date and content soon. But it will be very interesting batch. The only precondition would be you should be familiar with Java because this particular library only for Java. So if you know Java, it will be a piece of cake, not too complex. And in terms of, I will say, job requirement, in almost every job description have rest assured. Aditya Kumar, Selenium for locator probability. See, you can use Aditya, but why to use one additional library just for locators? So if you write smart locators, you don't need any third-party library just for locator stability. So if you write a customized XPath, customized CSS selectors, your script can be maintained. Praveen says, hello, I'm really interested in Playwright testing and its future going forward. So Praveen, I have completed one series on Playwright with JavaScript. If you're looking for Python, there's one guy called, I forgot his name. There's one series on Playwright with Python. Playwright with Java covered by Naveen Kunteta, Naveen Automation Labs. The multiple YouTube playlists available end to end. So if you know any automation tool, it will be plus for you because more or less the automation concepts are same. You just need to get familiar with Playwright. In terms of features, capabilities, so much capabilities this Playwright have. So definitely worth exploring. But if you're looking for a job change, consider Cypress first. Okay, just now we covered this question. Ashish says, which one is better, Cypress or Playwright? Cypress. Balachandra says, how to install Playwright on Ubuntu? I have tried, but no luck. Please share any solution. So, Balchandra, if you can give me what exactly the issue you're facing, I can help you. Now, I need a couple of details: which node version you're using, what Playwright version you're using, which Linux variant of which version of variant of Linux you're using. Is it Fedora? It is Red Hat? Is it Ubuntu? Okay, because for each flavor there's a simple changes that we need to do. So let me know the console logs or the output that you're getting. Okay, maybe I can help you accordingly. So I will give you my email. You can shoot an email. If possible, I will share the solution. Sajid says, hi sir, can you please explain how to validate API data and UI data? Need to compare UI data is same as API data. See, Sajiv, good thing about Playwright, you can make, is it with Playwright or is it with Selenium? Because based on the tools, the process will change. The concept is same. Now, when it comes to API, the moment you make request, you will be getting a JSON response. So if you want to compare JSON with JSON, you need to maintain your UI data as a JSON, then you can compare. But let's say you are getting the complete JSON object, you can create a separate map in Java and then you can compare. So it depends what kind of uh, mapping you have, then you can easily verify. So if you're using any testing framework, let's say TestNG or JUnit, you can easily compare. Let me know the exact requirements so that I can add more inputs. Okay. There's user called JavaScript. So guys, always use your real name. I'm not going to judge you even if you give your real name. Maybe I know you. So when you give your real name, I can connect with you better, right? So let's say if you join my session lifetime, I will connect with you in a better way. So instead of having JavaScript or some weird name, just join with your real name. Question is, hello Mukesh. First question, can I run Selenium on SOAP UI? As part of my test scenario includes visiting a website, getting a certain info to use in further SOAP UI test steps. Okay, so understand these are the two different things. So when it comes to when you have to integrate, you need to get the output from Selenium, then use for next set of calls. So it could be Selenium with REST assured, Selenium with SOAP UI. So whatever data you want to pass to next APIs, make sure you get this information. It could be a simple string, it could be a simple object. Dump that object, even if you don't want to dump it, store in a variable, then you can pass to the next API. Or second option, in SOAP UI, you can pass parameters. So suppose whatever output you got, you can pass as a parameter in the next call. But let's say these are the two separate projects. In that case, you have to export the data into a JSON file, and you can use the JSON file as a payload for the SOAP UI. So this will be one workaround you have to try, because they both are different things, but we can integrate. Most welcome, Janani. Praveen says, is it possible to open Chrome browser in a mobile mode using WebDriver? Or is there any way to open using? So Praveen, you can use Selenium 4 feature called CDP. Using CDP, you can emulate your browser into different screens. So suppose you want to open an iPad screen, iPhone screen, Samsung screen, tablets. You want to open in a specific window size. So using emulations, you can do. I can give you some references right away. So very straightforward. Yeah. So you can explore the CDP commands, and you can emulate. So you can even emulate the different networks. Let's say you want to see how your application will behave in 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, no connection. Let's say when you open Amazon and you don't have connection, it will show your dog, right? So let's say you don't want to show, uh, like say page not loaded, service not found, not 404. So every application have a different customization. So in order to test that, you can emulate all this, whether it's a screen size or the network throttling, everything. Allure or Extend, which one you suggest? Both is good, Adit. The only thing is, if your existing framework already have Extend, no need to move to Allure. But if you're starting from the scratch, in Extend report, you have to use listeners and some customization. Allure is very straightforward, but still I use Extend report because I have been using Extend report from a long time. But irrespective which report you use, you identify what is your main use case. Like you need to show the number of tests passed, failed, skipped. If failed, exception, then the screenshot. This is what your basic requirement is. In that case, you can go with extend or load. But suppose you want trends, you want categories, you want stories, you want epics, then in that case, go with Allure report. Both is free, both are available as the Java dependencies. You can use it. Parthipan says, can we use Selenium and C# MS Test framework? I guess yes, but still I need to check. Not explore Selenium with C#, but need to check their official documentation. Prompt basket again. Please use your real name from the next time. I installed Selenium along with library, but for WebDriver import option is not coming. I don't know. Please tell me solution. So prompt basket, first of all, you need to see the Java compatibility. If you're using 17, 18, 21, 23, it will not work. Use Java 11. 17 will work, but again, you need to see whether it's compatible in your case or not. Use Selenium latest version, which is 4.18.1. Use Eclipse or IntelliJ latest version. Only for Java, stick to 11. And do not add as an external dependency. Or create a Maven project, open form.xml. In the dependencies, add Java Selenium dependency. Very straightforward. This issue generally comes when you download the jar files. If one of the jar file is missing or that jar is not compatible, again this issue will come. With Maven dependency, just you need to change the version. Let's say in your case 4.18.1 is not compatible, you can downgrade to 4.17. That is not compatible, 4.16. So with Maven project, this process will become little easier. Rajesh says, hi, automation testing Selenium in Java, interview Java is deep to ask. Rajeshwari, I need you to reframe your question. Instead, I reframe in a different way. You reframe your question and ask again so that I can add more value. Best testing tool and language for AI automation project. AI automation projects, or you want to use AI for your automation projects? Both are different things. So this question I already answered. You can use Test Trigger if you want to explore AI based. Now Test Sigma and other tools also coming with AI. So every tool will definitely come either through a service or a plugin or through a dedicated module, because once these APIs are exposed, they can integrate and they can use it. As of now, what I explore is a Test Trigger. Does Cypress have good openings like Selenium? In terms of openings, Selenium first, then Cypress. Yaqub says then it's not for manual testers. See, Yaqub, you need to understand API testing is not only about REST assured. You need to understand, first of all, what is APIs, type of APIs. We'll not directly start REST assured. First, we'll understand through Postman. Because let's say if you have to start, instead of directly going to REST assured, first you will start with Postman, or the multiple VS Code Studios plugins are available. Type of APIs, different type of authentication, different type of authorizations, how to parse the JSON responses, XML responses, how to write test cases. Now on Postman, you can also do performance testing. It's a new feature, but still it's not that mature. So this is one part of the API testing. Second part will be using REST assured. If you know Java, it will be more advantage, because from day one, we will be using classes, methods. We will have certain interfaces. So if you have the knowledge, then you can connect better. Even if you don't have, I can help you. I can give you the recordings of my previous sessions, because batch will start after a few days. In the meanwhile, you can go through the Java concepts. If you face any issues, we can help you. But don't think that manual tester cannot learn Java or REST assured. You need to start from somewhere. So you just need to take the first step. That maybe the first step could be install Java and write your first Java program. It will take around 20 days to learn Java, and to get mastery, it will take maybe years. But to understand how Java works, the different concept, 20 days or 20 hours. Then rest assured will be very easy. But let's say if you directly jump into rest assured without learning Java, you might have to remember the syntaxes, which I don't want. But if you need training on Java also, let me know. Otherwise, I have around 38 videos on Java on my YouTube channel, which you can refer. Travel bug PR. On career break since 2023. How should I prepare for automation testing interviews? 7+ experience. Okay, so when it comes to break, almost 9 months break, which is fine. Now, in this break, what you did is matters a lot. Okay, let's say if you don't study for 3 to 6 months, generally you will not remember anything. Even if I don't see my code or general thing which I teach or use, I will forget the syntax. So first of all, you have to understand what is the current expectation in the market for 7+ experience. Generally, if you are applying as an automation role, then it will be mix of API, web, your manual testing concept, SQL, one of the cloud, and these are the major skills. Now, if you have the skills, it's good. If not, then please work on the skill set before applying, because in your first interview itself, they will ask you all of this. If you have a skills, it's good. You can start applying. Don't think too much that you have a gap. Gap is acceptable. It's not much gap which I can see. So when it comes to preparation, you have to prepare all this. Now depends again on your resume. Okay, what kind of projects you have done. Make sure you prepare your projects accordingly. In your projects, what tool set you have used, or whatever the tool stack that you have used, make sure you go through all the tool stack. And then what is the expected in that job description, make sure you go through that as well. Let's say in the job description is mentioned you should know Linux, so that is the mandatory skill which they're expecting. So make sure you go through the Linux topics also before applying. So preparation for interviews change based on the job description, but generic preparation you can do. So best way to check the all the job descriptions for 7 to 10 or 7 to 8. If you're in India, you have a slightly different job description. If you're in US, Australia, New Zealand, the job description might change. So depends on your location. You check the job description, understand the trend, and then start applying. What do you think will be the future of QA with AI coming into picture? How shall we keep ourselves prepared, or what skill as a QA we should develop so that AI will not impact? See, Pankaj, before answering this, it has been almost 1.5 years, right? I have not seen that because of AI, so much jobs are getting impacted. I've seen uh, now efficiency has been increased. People are using all these AI tools to bring more efficiency, and their productivity has been increased. So when it comes to impact, try to understand the different tools which is coming from testing perspective. Every single day you will see a lot of reels on this AI tool is coming, but the usage is different. So you need to learn at least one or two AI based tools which is for our testing, and rest every tool which is coming you can use for your own productivity, whether it's writing email, whether it's replying to that email, creating PPTs, summarizing a document. Okay, maybe you have a meeting with the client and you want to present something, you can create a very beautiful agenda using this AI tools. But when it comes to automation, most of the automation tools are straightforward, but with AI it will be like prompt basis. You write the prompt, give a proper prompt, it will generate the test cases and it can execute too. So it will not impact much. Okay, I have not seen much impact. It has been 1.5 years, but understand how different tools are evolving. If you can bring up the same feature in your framework, it's good. Take inspiration instead of getting scared of the AI. Use that AI to um, support that particular project or framework. This is how I have seen. It will not replace completely, but yes, it's good to have knowledge. Full stack code hub. I'm Akesh. I have been following you. I'm a software engineer. I have experience in SDET work role as well as a full stack developer. Can you please talk about how to grow a YouTube channel? Okay, that's a different question. Full stack code hub. Definitely, I will check your channel after this. But the main thing is you should not look YouTube only just in terms of views and subscriber, because if your uh, I will say target is views or subscribers, you will definitely lose the momentum. You will get demotivated because technical channels will not grow too fast. If you create a comedy videos, mimicry videos, songs videos, or maybe some funny channel or spirituality, these are very generic topics, right? Everybody will watch. Even my mom will see if you make some funny videos. But when it comes to technical videos, you have a very small niche. You will not get that attraction initially, but consider the value that you will be adding for the next couple of 5 years, 10 years, right? You might build a dedicated business on this like me. So think from a bigger perspective. Don't run behind view subscribers. Only thing is keep adding videos. Till now I have made almost 700 videos so far. Few are private, so public videos around 636, and it has been almost 9.5 years. In September I will complete 10 years. So if you have a bigger vision, you will sustain long. But if you just have that you want to earn money, YouTube is not the right platform for money. If you're looking for a fame, again, it's not the right platform. You might think that if you get 1 lakh subscriber, you might get a fame. You might meet couple of uh, subscribers sometime, but not always. So depends why you are making these YouTube videos. What is your objective? Because that objective will define that how long you will survive. Now, talking about how to grow, there's a couple of things which I follow, but maybe we can talk separately or maybe on some other live. But best of luck. Praveen says, "Hi Mukesh, can you please create any playlist which cover JMeter result analysis, real-time project work, how the JMeter report will be analyzed?" Praveen, unfortunately, I stopped my JMeter series. I started in 2019. I will resume it, and this is one of the topic which is the only crucial topic, because installation, creating 100 JMeter threads or thread groups will not be that important. But the main thing is how you analyze the report. I will try to make a video separately because I have to resume that series as well. Uh, but I will see if I can make a only simple video for this. Can we use self-healing in C sharp setting project? Yes, you can. Rest assured batch is only for Java non-tester. Is that in that case being manual tester game over? Okay, let me repeat your question. Rest assured batch is for only Java non-testers in that case, being manual tester. Maybe I'm not getting this, but Java is mandatory. You can't skip Java. If you have to learn rest assured, you need to learn Java. If Java is the main hurdle for you, please connect with me. From how to examine 1000 users in manual testing in drop down feature. There's only one option is available. Solution, please. There, how to examine 1000 users in manual testing in drop down feature. There's please reframe your question. I'm not getting. You're saying 1000 user in manual testing in drop down feature. Uh, please reframe your question. After Selenium, which one to go for, Cypress or Playwright? Cypress. Um, Hashir says, "I am from Sri Lanka. I'm fully automation engineer." That's good. Why company management doesn't recognize, appreciate manual engineers? When someone knows automation, he having a good appreciation. So Hashir, see, this is the harsh reality. Now, if companies is looking from a different perspective that this person is smart, that he's able to automate the things, uh, they think generally manual testers are not doing much, right? They're just testing the application, but that is actually the critical part. A harsh reality is if you do anything in terms of automation, or you build some AI tools, or maybe you used AI tools to automate something, it looks very fancy too, right? Plus, they think it will add more value. So if you have a proper use case, automation can be a big help. So when it comes to appreciation, if you're looking for appreciation, you have to go as per the market. If you don't change as per the market, there will be trouble. Now, talking about manual testing, 100% manual testing is not what people are looking. 70% manual, 30% automation, 60 manual, 40% automation, but automation has to be there. Even if the company is not having the automation project right now, but the moment the number of test cases will grow, we have to automate. Otherwise, it will take a lot of effort to manually test all the scenarios, right? So not only for appreciation, Ashish, you need to learn automation in order to grow, in order to switch. Even if you don't want to switch, you need multiple promotions. You need to build the skill set. Then only you can showcase that these are the skill set I have for the next one. So don't consider this as a hurdle. Consider this as an opportunity and learn it. Spend 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Give your best. Go all in. But don't come into the situation where you start blaming the automation testing or Gen AI or anything. Adopt as per the market. I'm occasion in my class while writing the code, auto suggestions of method is not coming. How to overcome this? I made a video on this. I will share the video right away. Very common issue nowadays. One second. So I'm giving the YouTube video link. Please go ahead. It's a very small video, if I'm not wrong, 1 minute video. Hi Imran, good to connect with you. If you're on LinkedIn, please connect with me on LinkedIn. This question we already answered. Tarun says locust, Getlang, JMeter, which is better. Now again, Tarun, understand these are just three tools that you mentioned, right? We have K6 as well. That's another tool. But just like for automation, we have, if I'm not wrong, around 37 tools. But the automation concepts are same, right? You need to automate this application. You need to write end-to-end scenarios. Then you have to build and run it. In performance also, irrespective which tool you choose, the concept will remain same. Now, if you're looking for a job change, is generic skill JMeter, then I will keep locust at third or fourth, uh, JMeter, and then you can go for neoload or load runner. This we already answered. uh, Fresher, no interview call. This one, initially, this was my issue too. I understand the situation. Getting call as a fresher is a little tricky if you don't get a placement from the college. But try to find some referrals. Try to target some startups, because when experienced people are not joining startup, they have only option, which is freshers. Now, I don't think fresher is the main issue. Main thing is the skill set, because when you come out of the college, right, you have a very basic knowledge. What we have studied in college is not that important when you start applying. Here we need the real skill set. So if you're not getting call, it's not only the market. Understand, the even for freshers nowadays, they have different expectation. So even if you're applying as a, let's say, a developer, or even for QA role, you need to have at least some idea of basics of manual testing and some idea of automation. Even if you have the skill set, after that, if you're not getting calls, then maybe you have to try the different ways, like connecting with the consultancies. Initially, you should not have that much expectation in terms of packages. Initially, whatever role you're getting, okay, be flexible enough. But once you get into the IT, then you will have some options to explore. But initially, give your best. um, if you are missing from the skill set point of view, please work on the skill set. Apart from this, many things also depends, right? Market situation, the college, your percentage, maybe you have a gap or not. So many things depends. I cannot comment on this, but try all the things which I suggested. Money making trading academy. I'm not sure why everybody is coming with a different names today. See, now logical questions will remain same. You have an option to write them either using Python or Java or JavaScript, C#. So logical programs, again, you can go through multiple. First, start with the basic programs, then go with the array-based programs, then go with string-based programs, then go with the algorithm-based programs. So these are some 5 categories you need to focus. When I say basic programs, you need to understand swapping two variables, with variable, without variables, a prime number, palindrome, Fibonacci series, standard that we have studied in college. Then move to the next programs, which is array-based or string-based. Around 15 questions on array based, 15 questions on string based. Then move to algorithms based, like how you can implement sorting techniques, searching techniques. Then you have matrices. Matrices will not be that applicable for QS, but consider these 5 categories. These logics you can implement in any language. So don't search only Python based logical programs for interviews, then automate using any language. Okay, Sharon, I'm not sure whether we should discuss this, but let me see what is the question. Could you please help me with the below scenario? The scenario is we have two files, one production.txt, separate is stage message.txt. Both are XML file. I put them as a txt file using Cypress. So what exactly you want to do with these two files? Do you want to compare them? Do you want to use them? You have two files. Then I put them as txt file in Cypress. Okay, so once you got the file, what is the next step? You want to use them or you want to compare them? Ashish says how to handle scenarios where we need to switch to a new tab or windows in Cypress. DOM manipulation is not working in my case. So Ashish, there's a workaround in Cypress, and with the latest version of Cypress. Wait, let me give you Cypress. I have a video on this too. If you have tried it, it's good. Otherwise, you can give this particular try. This is still open from 2016, but in this thread, there are a couple of solutions they have given. See if this solution is working for you. If you see the status of this, still open from 2016. Wasim says, hi, have you tried generative AI libraries in any of the web automation tools? Yes, Wasim, test trigger. Let me give you that video link too. This is a webinar link with Artem, who is the CEO of Test Trigger. Try to follow this. Hi, sir, I need one help regarding one scenario. Can you please post your email ID? I posted my email, Sharon, which is mukesh.wani at the rate learn-automation.com. Please tell about API automation, Selenium BDD. Okay, I guess you're talking about Selenium BDD. Siddhant, API is different, UI is different. Selenium for UI, for API, rest assured. Both you can use BDD. So you can use Cucumber for UI automation. You can use Cucumber for API automation. You can use Cucumber for mobile automation as well. So if you don't use BDD, it will be TDD. Now, if you want to combine both, you can use Cucumber, Selenium, and rest assured, you will have scenarios. So basically, in BDD, you will write feature files. In feature file, you will have scenarios, scenario outline, and examples. Once you get the glue code, you will be writing the step definitions, and then you will be running via test runner. This will be your standard process. Can you please help me in achieving a self-healing automation framework machine using? This I have not explored, Anshu. Frankly speaking, I will not misguide you, but I will take it as a learning that I need to explore this. When it comes to automation, framework will not heal. Your script can heal. Your locator will heal. So script is nothing but about all about locators. There's so many tools which is coming based on self-healing locators. Catalan have this self-healing from almost 5 years now. Test trigger also have the self-healing. So locators will heal automatically, but automation framework healing means you want to change the complete automation framework. Basically, framework will not change. Your scripts and the pages that you use will change. But in pages also you will have locators. So to summarize, you need a framework which can heal the scripts or fix the script using or by updating locators. So if that is the requirement, Catalan and test trigger. Hashir says for CI/CD, are you recommending to use GitHub Actions to run for automation scripts? Hashir, it comes with a cost now. So up to 2,500 minutes, it's free. But the moment you use more than 2,500, it will be cost. Now, when you install Jenkins on a dedicated machine, there's also cost involved. So whether you have your own system or you take GitHub Actions, both will come at the cost. You have to compare now your uh, feasibility, because with GitHub Actions, you will get Windows machine, Mac machine, Linux machine. But let's say when you set up your own infrastructure, you need to have three machines. You have to regularly update them. You have to regularly maintain the browsers, drivers. So a lot of maintenance required here. Or you can use this cloud platforms. Okay, so you can use Lambda test, where they also provide the similar services. There you will not only get the platforms, you will also get the browsers, sorry, devices too, whether it's iOS device, Android devices. In iOS, again, you have multiple version. Android, you have multiple versions. So compare these three, then take a call, because eventually you can use any CI/CD for free, but the main execution part will be on these machines. So you can use GitHub Actions for free for triggering the test, but your machines will be either provided by GitHub Actions or your own on-premise systems or Lambda test. Pankaj Kumar, what should be the career path for QA after 8 to 10 years? Okay, so Pankaj, now best thing is to check your competition in the market. So if you have 8 plus experience, target 8 to 12. Okay, because if you plan for 5 years, you will stay longer. What is expected in the market? If already have you already have that skill set, it's good. Otherwise, build that skill set. So when it comes to career path for 8 to 10 years, I have a video on this, but not in detail. I will record a video on this because this needs a dedicated around 30 minutes of discussion. But in short, manual testing for sure, your API, web, web also minimum two tools for APIs, Postman, rest assured. Mobile testing, if you have APM, then you can go with one of the BDD framework, Cucumber. And with others, like say when you talk about web automation, around 13 more tools will come. Okay, like Git, GitHub, Jenkins. You need to understand Maven, TestNG, Docker, AWS. So when I give this tool list, it's a very crisp I'm giving right now, but I will record a video on this so that you can plan your roadmap accordingly. Utkarsh says, hey, hi Utkarsh. I am, how is IIT Madras BS degree in data science and ML? Will it be helpful along with BTech degree? Should I focus on BTech as of now? I'm not sure about the IIT Madras BS degree, but recommendation is first complete this BTech, then you can plan, because I don't think you will be able to focus in both the sides parallelly, because that is also full-time degree. Here also you will mess up. So better to focus on one first. This you can do later on as well. There's no pre-requirement that you should not do this after your graduation. Recommendation is this, but you connect with someone who have done a similar degree in the past. That will give you better idea. I graduated in 2011, so it's almost 13 years. I'm not in touch with colleges and all, but I can connect with you. One of my friend, his name is Varun. He might guide you in a better way. You can shoot an email with your number. I will give his number to you. You can connect with him and then take a call, because this will cost you, if I'm not wrong, around 5 to 6 lakh. I'm not sure about the price. I'm just guessing it, but it's a huge amount. Do you have any plans to start a testing course? Date or link? Date and link will be coming soon. But once my evening batch will over, I will announce this batch. Which tool to use for API automation if you want to use Python? Best is go with request module. Python comes with by default request module, one of the easiest library on this earth to automate APIs. In a software company, if I need to do automation, only are I recommended. In a software company, if you need to do automation, are you recommended? See, whether you do automation or not, you need automation even if you want to stay long in the manual testing, because they will consider a candidate who have experience in both, because you are thinking only for the current project, but management and your uh, head of QA department, they are considering that in future then some different projects might come and you might need to automate, right? So consider a bigger vision. Only I don't think for the current project. How to prepare data structure for SDET profile. Okay, so Pooja, if you're targeting good fan-based companies, then definitely you need a dedicated data structure uh, plan. Okay, minimum 3 months for data structure. I'm not saying only for programming. Programming is one part. Data structure is another part. I would recommend you can check out Hitesh Chaudhary channel. He have covered a dedicated series on data structure. You can watch my Surgery channel, which is by Saurabh Shukla. He teaches in Hindi. If you're comfortable in Hindi, go for it. Hitesh Chaudhary also have a series on data structure in Hindi English, best series. But only don't focus on the data structure. When it comes to SDET profile, you have to focus on the other part as well, the technical skills. Your first round will be on the data structure, maximum 2 rounds, but the remaining 3 to 4 rounds will be on the pure SDET, where they will focus on multiple tools, your previous projects, and your analytical thinking behaviors, how you handle the real-time scenarios and everything. So recently, one of my student got a call from Microsoft. The first round was data structure, but the remaining 3 rounds were totally scenario based. They did not ask him to write the code, but it was completely based on scenarios. Suppose you have the situation, how you will do this. They want to understand how you will come up with the solutions. Implementation is another part, right? If you have knowledge, you can implement, but they want to understand your perspective. So for data structure, check out their channels. Learning Ansible is useful for automation tester. Yes, why not? See, it's a good thing that you are able to connect Ansible with automation. See, let's say I have to build an infrastructure where I need one machine with Jenkins, second machine with Docker. If I do this manually, I will go to AWS console, book a EC2 system, log into that system, install Java, install Jenkins, then expose the port. I will book another system, install Docker compose file. Then I will get the YAML file, run it, expose the port. If you want to automate these two processes, you can write an Ansible file. It can be done in seconds. And this Ansible file can be reused. So it's a good way to look at it. And if you are looking for quick documentation, Ansible documentation is good. Otherwise, you can use ChatGPT, different AI tools. Write your prompt, you will get the YAML file, you can run Ansible file. Ramesh Babu, difference between Java and JavaScript. It's like apple and orange. They both are fruits, but in terms of features, the vitamins that you get, the flavor that you get is different. Same goes with Java and JavaScript. They both are programming language, but in terms of core things, let's say variables, data types, loops, conditional statements, right? Exception handling, file handling, these are same. Only the syntax will change. Obviously, JavaScript is more suitable when it comes to designing a web application nowadays. But for automation, in your case, you can pick Java for Selenium, JavaScript for Cypress. Venkatesh, hi sir, I have 7 months of experience in manual testing support, and I have knowledge on Cypress and Selenium. Is any company will consider 7 months experience? See, Venkatesh, you have to build your own story. Okay, you don't have to say that you have 7 month experience. See, when you do automation, you are doing manual testing too. Because let's say you want to automate that application, right? First, you will at least go through that flow once. Then you will write locators one by one. Then you will run the script multiple times to see the stability. So eventually, you have not only automated, you have done the manual testing also for that particular scenarios, right? Not extensively, you are not done negative scenarios exploratory, but 7 years I will consider as a testing experience. So don't differentiate that it's 7 month manual, 7 years into automation. You have 7+ experience in testing, which includes manual and automation both. This is how you have to project. So same goes in a different way. I will not say that 7 years guy have only manual testing experience and 3 months in automation. this person have 7 years experience with manual and automation. I have no idea. Start first, rest assured. Yeah, Postman, please tell. Start with Postman first. Get used to the API fundamentals first. It's like if you have to make a Asian cuisine, first understand the basics ingredients, right? Make some basic dishes first, then move to the different cuisine. Nikita says, "Hi Mukesh, good evening. How are you? I'm doing good, Nikita. Thank you for asking. What is your expectation for close to 9 years experience if you want to apply outside India, opening especially in the US? US situation is not that good in terms of opening, but and very few companies are sponsoring the visas. So, is there any reason, especially applying for US? Then you might have to go in an indirect way, try to connect with some consultancies on LinkedIn. Direct, no companies, very less companies. I will not say no company, very less companies are sponsoring for visa. If you directly get on-site opportunity from a company, that is the best way. In terms of lottery, also it will be useful, but chances are less. And because I'm already on Java basics on my own using YouTube. Sure, that's good. Sure, I will join your weekend batch for us. Thank you so much, Yakub. Please get in touch with me. Hi Mukesh, can you please explain automation framework from scratch for Selenium? I have watched your video how to explain test automation. Okay, that's good, Ripple. I will come up with a video where I will not only give you the theory part, I will show you one framework structure. Then instead of telling the structure, I can also explain how to use oops concept in framework, because this is a very common question nowadays. Explain me all the oops concept that you have used in your current framework. So if you're able to answer this question, it means you have good understanding of Java. You have good understanding of oops concept. So by showing each and every class that in this class we have used encapsulation, in this class we have used polymorphism, in this class we have used abstraction. So if you explain in this way, you can connect better. And one answer is more than enough to convince interviewer that you know that particular part. I will surely make a video on this one. Thank you so much for reminding. Thank you. We'll connect soon. Rakesh says, need more videos on extent report. Who can take a screenshot for every click while the script is running? See, Rakesh, in that case, you have to use WebDriver Listener. Web test ng listener will take the screenshots when the test case is passed, failed, or skipped. But if you need for every click, every type, every event, use WebDriver Listener, uh, event firing listener. So for every click, that method will be called. In that method, you can call a method for screenshot, and then you can attach. But I don't think it will add much value, because for every click, if you take screenshot, your report will be too heavy. Generally, the screenshot or the video should be taken once the script is failing. Add the exception log, add the screenshot and the video, and done. Pankaj says, thank you, sir, but my org is working on preparing an on tool using AI to automate the test script. Input will be a Jira number, output will be runnable test script with small tweaks. See, Pankaj, instead of getting scared, consider this as a very good scenario. If your company is able to build this will be a good use case for your next switch or in your resume, that you have this level of automation. We're using AI to automate with one click, but definitely it will need your inputs, right? Uh, Even though you bring a tool or library, you will be changing, you will be writing or changing at least few things. Let's say if you're using chat gpt apis, where you will be adding a prompt, you will be getting the response. Now at least you will be parsing that response. So every tool which is coming nowadays, they're making an api call, they're getting the response. Now how they're parsing the response and how they're projecting is a different thing. So let's say you used one AI tool to automate something, you will be parsing. So don't get scared. Try to adopt that how you can add contribution value in this use case so that you can be with a part of it. Selenium will survive in AI or RP era. Yes, yes. See, RP is not a new thing, Gaurav, right? You are watching my videos from, if I'm not wrong, from 7 to 8 years. RP was a buzzword. It used to say that everything will be automated. Still not done. AI also more than 1.5 years. Not many things impacted. So use cases are different. Don't try to connect everything with your job profile. How you can leverage, you have to think. Which option would be preferred? Using Playwright with N unit or X unit? Ripple, I need to check because Playwright with JavaScript I have explored, and the next series which is coming, Playwright with Java. Playwright with C Sharp I have not explored. You can check Karthik channel, Karthik KK, executeautomation.com. He started series on Playwright with C Sharp. Automation testing empire. I'm Mukesh, when hiring will start for testing. See, nowadays it's a mixed market. When I say mixed market, I can see few companies are firing, but a lot of hiring is also happening because many companies had a closure in December. Now few companies have closure in March. So very mixed market, but still I can see hiring is happening. So don't think the market is dead. If you are not getting call, it could be your profile is not getting shortlisted because of many things: resume, your LinkedIn profile, your GitHub profiles, your skill set, the previous work experience. But many calls are coming, which I can see from my testimonials or the messages which I got. If you are not getting called, it's time to analyze why you are not getting the calls. If the curse says, "Hi Mukesh, good to see you too." Answer for 1000 user drop down question is use 1000 different user to verify the drop down feature because you said there's only one option. Okay, let me repeat your question again. Answer for 1000 users drop down question is use 1000 different users to verify that drop down feature. Okay, if I'm not wrong, your question is suppose if I have 1000 values in a drop down, I need to check for each and every value, right? In that case, if you talk about Selenium, we have options. Yeah, get options. Sorry. So get options will return you all the drop down values. Now you have to see how your application is behaving after every value. Suppose you pick the first value, see whether you're able to automate one flow with the first value. Second value, complete the flow. Third value, complete the. Generally, you don't have 1000, but still I'm considering 1000 values in dropdown. And if you say 1000 users, then you have to maintain one framework. Mostly it will be hybrid or data driven, where you will take one user, complete this, second user, complete this. I request you to connect to through LinkedIn. Please. Yes, Hashir, I will do this after this live. Hi, Sandeep. Akula said, "Hi, Mukesh. I have been in a QA field for 9 years. Couldn't get automation project." So, Akula, don't wait that automation for the automation projects. Try to take this initiative from your side. You have multiple applications. Over the last 9 years, you might have done testing for multiple projects. Take one project, start automation. Start automating at least 10 to 15 scripts end to end. First without framework, then automate with framework, and try to simulate how other companies are doing. Now, every company have a different case. You pick a first use case, try to implement. Once you're done with it, take the second use case, implement it. You might not get opportunity for everything, but if you can visualize and implement the same thing in your current company, you will get the essence how automation works. So again, this 9 years will not be only uh, for manual. Once you get the automation experience, you will notice Your perspective towards automation will change. If you do not get the projects, maybe you can take help from your friends, get their application, not the staging one or the production one, not even the internal application. You can use the sample applications which I can share, or you ask your friends how they are doing it, then try to replicate the same use case. How is the market now? Any forecast in the next 2 quarter based on? Uh, Not sure, Aditya. Every company is going through a different phase now. If companies have good clients, they will hire. If they have, see, mostly I can see the firing is happening on product-based companies plus the startups, because the moment they don't have multiple projects, or suppose they're shutting down a complete domain or a particular product, they don't need further resources. Startup is struggling with the funding. If they don't have enough funds, they have to either grow the revenue, or they have to cut down the this this all these expenses. So this is what they see when they have to somehow manage their P&L. So they have only two options: increase the revenue. If they're not able to do it, cost cutting. Okay. So guys, I tried coming for 1 hour. 1 hour is almost done. So whatever questions I could not answer, I will take that question in the next live. And if you have any other question, which is something you think it's very urgent to discuss, you can comment after this live, or you can mail me, and I will see you in the next live. Okay, so one question from a new member, Manoj. Manoj, first of all, thank you so much for subscribing and joining this subscription. Manoj says, "Hi Mukesh, good evening. Hope you are doing good. Which tool you will suggest for load testing and application flow consisting of UI and API triggers?" Now, if you are only looking, which includes both load plus API, UI, in JMeter, you have extension for Selenium. So if you use Selenium, you can use JMeter for API, then you can use load testing using JMeter again. So JMeter could be one combination which you can use here. So you have to use a listener again in JMeter. You will get a dedicated listener, and there you can record the script. So whatever Selenium scripts you have, you can record. APIs you can record, and then you can put load. You can explore JMeter, and JMeter, Raghav Pal, automation step by step. He has an in-depth series around 28 videos on JMeter. Please go ahead and watch. You will get many new topics. Okay, I'm able to see I have not answered many questions. Okay, guys, a lot of questions. Once again, sorry if I missed. We'll discuss this in the next slide. So if I have not answered, note it down. Let me know in the chats comment section after this live. So wishing you all happy weekend and see you soon. Bye bye. Take care.